Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing playing another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. I'm gonna get right to it, man. This is kind of a mini review. And before I talk about the artist on the title of the video, Jameel Naeem X and Mephux with this Viktor album, Viktor. Man, big shout out to Common, man. I didn't hear a lot of people give him a lot of praise for this most recent project that he put out. I think the single out there is When I Move or When We Move, featuring Black Thought. I haven't looked at I think the video is on YouTube or something, but A Beautiful Revolution Part 2. I mean, if you combine 2 and 1 together, man, it's a pretty fascinating body of work in my opinion. And I think it's a very honest record for him and what he's about. And the dude that I see online, the dude that I see hosting whatever, performing at the Image Awards or whatever, it's the same dude on this album, is what I mean by honest and authentic and whatnot. But I really like the sound of that project, and so on and so forth. So I wanted to mention that. I'm a little behind in some of my music reviews and whatnot. There's another one that I wanted to call attention to real quick. I enjoyed this project too. I'm gonna get the name right. Uptown XO. That's this cat's name. Culture Over Corporate, and it's produced by Odyssey, cat out of DC and whatnot. So I really appreciate that album, Culture Over Corporate. I've been meaning to talk about some of these albums over on my podcast. It's Always Personal, and I don't know, man. What's the best usage of my time? But I really like that project. The Narrative album or EP by Mickey Fax and Blue, produced by Knots, I believe. Maybe 5 to 7 records on there. That one, I enjoy that project too. And then getting to this Jameel Naeem cat with Mephux. Got a call real quick. This Jameel cat, Naeem, his new project, what did I say it was? Viktor. So Jaja the God, I think is this kid's name. This other kid's name. It's all Lord Mobb. Jaja God, Z-A-Z-A God. He had a project called The Most High. It was out a couple of months ago, and it had 13 songs on there, man. And I enjoyed that project too. And so why I'm talking about this record is because behind all of these records, The Most High, and now this Viktor project, are all exclusive or entirely produced by Mephux of Lord Mobb, which is Flea Lord's record label. And maybe Mephux is co-founder of that, or I know he plays a significant role in it. I actually had an interview with him that was an episode of It's Always Personal, but it's been a minute since I talked to him. But then Mephux also produces G4 Jag. He's got a couple projects with him, Regressions, and I think Progression. Regression might have been the most recent out of those two. But what I'm saying is Mephux is really catching my ear as a very talented producer. And even though these guys aren't household names, G4 Jag, Jaja God, and now Jameel Naeem X, I really feel like he's lacing these cats with some outstanding beats. And a lot of the projects that I listen to are mainly for car driving music or car music. And then on top of that, for me, being a cyclist, I guess at this point, I listen to a lot of music while I'm on my bike, and these are the type of projects that I like to tap into. And this cat just really impressed me with this album. Like I said, it's 10 songs. I think the first half to three quarters of the project kind of carry the weight for how the it's the better music on here. But then it closes with a joint called God. No, Silence is track 10, which has Rock Marciano on it. And he drops a dope verse. And then it closes with a track called God. I'm not gonna go through all the way I usually tear apart records and albums and all of that type of stuff. I just wanted to pay homage to the guys for putting this together. And like I said, Mephux continues for dude. I mean, this might be like his 5th album or 6th album that he's produced. The two joints with the 2 full albums with Pray for the Evil with Flea Lord. You got 2 with him. Some singles with Griselda, a couple of singles here and there, I believe. But then I think 2 albums maybe with G4 Jag, Jaja God, and then this one, that's 6. But his first album, the first album that he produced, if memory serves me correctly, is Pray for the Evil. And that's a dope album. I don't know if that's considered an EP. It might be 11 or 12 songs on there. I don't know. But getting back to Jameel Naeem X is his moment. You know, his name is going to be on the title of the video. But I hadn't heard of this cat before. I don't recall any features of him on any Flea Lord albums. Not to say that I haven't overlooked it. You know, I don't listen to music in the detail that I used to. But he does have a profile on Genius.com. Jameel Naeem X. So he has a couple of projects out here. The Eyes Chico in 2020, 06 Wheezy in 2020, Fidel's Favorite Color in 2019, and Saif Puccini 2 in 2019. So he's been working. One thing that was dope, and these are all those are all full. I mean, at least this The Eyes Chico is a full length. You know, it's got 8 tracks on there and whatnot. So one thing that jumps out to me immediately when I'm listening to this cat, he sounds a little bit like my homie. He doesn't quite have the accent that Mock has, but it's definitely this texture in the voice that you hear that's very similar. And then on one of the songs on here, he says something about West Indies. And I was walking at the time. I was walking my dog and had to pull out my phone to see if that was my homie had a feature on here. So let me get into the songs and get on out of here. Damn, trying to get back to track number 1. I just walked my dog and took the block. Mess around and had the name of the first joint. Damn. How did I get out of here? This song I couldn't find it on Victory is the first one. I couldn't find it on Genius. So I'm on this other website just to look at the playlist really quickly. But Victory is track number 1. Like I said, what really drew me in was my familiarity with Mephux. But then just the piano, I mean, he's playing keys on a lot of this, whether it's a synthesizer or a keyboard or whatever, however he's put it together. He plays a lot of, Mephux plays some original music. And then he also mixes in he samples some soul music here and there. And then with the synths, it's a lighter sound. It's like R&B-ish. And just really plush music. And then the drums aren't really like boom bap type drums. A lot of time it's like softer sounds or rim shots. Like, I don't know if it's a wood block as a sound, but it's a very different sound that they're working with a lot of the I'm not gonna mess around and say that flunky word, but the junior, the newcomers on Lord Mobb, on them as a album, as a record label. The junior members of Lord Mobb, uh it's really just a nice sound that they're building, all being driven by Mephux. So that's what really brings me in here. So the second track is 9/11. Track 3 is called Winning, with it features Flea Lord, one of the stronger some records on this joint. Track 4 is Glory. Track 5 is Guns featuring Ito, another one of the stronger joints on here. Legacy is track 6. 7 is My Thing. That's kind of I think that's more of a familiar soulful sample on that one. On a couple of these, I can't remember exactly which ones they are. Maybe 4 and 7. He kind of gets into a little southern kind of bounce flow and shows some variety. A little bit of range, giving you different looks, different flows. Track 8 is Worth featuring TF. I believe TF is from out west, but that one has a little south feel to it. Track 9 is Sleep, and then track 10 is Silence featuring Rock Marciano, and then God is what it closes out with. But it's a very personal album. I don't know this brother's story, if he was behind the wall for some point, but he doesn't really spend a whole lot of time talking about actions and moves in the streets. He has some wordplay. He uses some metaphors and stuff. A couple of punchlines here and there. He does talk about the streets and individual growth. And it's kind of very autobiographical, is what it is. But like I said, man, I don't know this guy. That's one thing when you're listening to music in this era. You don't know none of these guys. You couldn't point them out in a lineup, or you couldn't point them out in the ice cream shop or nothing. You don't know who none of these guys are. Everybody doesn't get to make videos. I'm just amazed, like I said, for the Lord Mobb team. They don't have A&Rs like they did back in the day. It's not all these great guys crafting these records, but I'm amazed at the level of quality that I'm seeing come out from the Lord Mobb team or teammates. And then on the top of this, at the head of the thing is Flea Lord, going out here working with some of the more established producers, and Pete Rock, Buck Wild, somebody else he had. Havoc. He had Havoc do a album at the end of last year and whatnot. So it's good that he's expanding the sound. That I just like this business plan that they got going on, and the way they're putting these things together. And then, like I said, man, go check that The Most High album out. Very entertaining guy. And Jaja God, I sense a little ludicrous in him. A little he's a little, he's an energy guy, entertaining, a lot of just a lot of energy, a lot of different flows and styles. So he's doing his thing. G4 it sticks with his, I used to be on the bench, but now I'm starting type mantra. And then we got this guy right here. I never even knew nothing about this guy, and he's really got a pretty interesting album. So and like I said, it's 11 minutes. It's 11 tracks. Every song on here is pretty much 2 minutes and some change, a couple at 3. But like I said, man, I like the formula that they have working over there. And I talked about the album because I think it's worthy of a listen. So check it out, man. Let me know what your thoughts are, or if you're familiar with Lord Mobb, you like what Mephux is doing, how he's developing as a producer. I like what I'm hearing. Until next time, like I said, man, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Peace.